And how aware would a coloured immigrant be of his own government? Do you see councillors in this area, for example?
No. No. No one's ever called on me. I've been here for 6 years. Against my wishes, I'm better known than I want to be. It's not being famous, it's being notorious, which is quite the wrong thing anyway. But no one's ever called on me.
Never seen a councillor?
And I've never seen anyone round at all, no.
Met the race relations officer?
No, never.
Ladies and gentlemen of the council, the worshipful, the mayor.
The council faces increased burdens in housing, health and welfare. These people owe a lot to a handful of individuals outside in the front line of community relations. But civic pride bolsters a national determination to avoid the American experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the council, the next item of business is to adopt and confirm the minutes and general proceedings of the Health Committee. Alderman Garnett, would you care to propose?
In doing so, Mr. Mayor, may I draw members' attention to Resolution 8 on page K65 as to Cambridge Road Day Nursery. This nursery for both white and coloured children is being built as part of the urban programme because of the large number of immigrant children using the Huddersfield Day nurseries. This nursery is, I understand, one of the first in the country to be built under the urban programme.
Councillor Heap, would you second?
Huddersfield has identified its principal concern as the young generation. From here, with a few dissident voices, they've launched a counterattack against prejudice and pushed forward principally in the field of education. Their policy has been dispersal. The theory is that if what they call the cultural shock is spread out, it's more easily absorbed.
Now we'll have the stampede again. I hope not.
So every morning, children are picked up and bussed off to outlying schools, so avoiding concentration. Children who hear no English spoken at home must learn it.
How I come to get this job, I took a temporary, and I liked it that much that I stayed here. Because I like children, and I love being with children.
How many have you got of your own?
I have 7 living, but I've had 10.
Another individual Huddersfield should be grateful to in later years is the ex-kindergarten teacher who gives immigrant children their introduction to English in the old working man's club.
Sohail? Iron. Not lion, iron. What is this? Yes? Fridge. No, listen to me. Fridge. Food. Fridge. A fridge, that's right. Good. Afsal, what does this do? What does it cut?
Cuts
the grass. Cuts the grass then. This one? Nadeem, what is this?
This is a basket.
No, basket.
Basket.
No, Nadeem, basket.
Are they quick learners, do you find?
I do find that, yes. I seem to pick them up very quickly. But of course, things like lawnmower, they've never seen a lawnmower in their life before. And they're not likely to with some of these, so. But the things that we use in the home, they seem to pick those names up very quickly.
How long have you had these kids in the class?
Well, they're all at different stages. Some of them have been 6 months, some have been a year, and some have been 3 or 4 weeks.
And how long could they spend before they're ready to go out into normal classes?
It's usually about 6 months, usually. But of course they vary, Some learn much quicker than others do.
Yeah. Is it possible some might be here 2 or 3 years?
Yes. Yes, it is. But, well, in fact, some have been 2 years in this class already.
And when might they be ready to go out into a normal class, do you think?
Well, 1 or 2 of them are very slow learners, and it's very difficult to judge when they'll be ready. They may have to go into a special English class at secondary school as well, So.
When they're deemed able to speak enough English, they're moved away into white classes, but still a little apart.
When you go to school, what would you say if your teacher asked you to say your name?
When you first came over here and came to Huddersfield, what did you think about Huddersfield? What were your impressions? What did you think about this country? Were you homesick?
Well, my mum used to say when we're going to England, I didn't even know what she meant, but I kept saying I don't want to go to this place or whatever the place is or wherever it is, I don't want to go. And there was about 7 o'clock in the morning when she dragged me from the bed, and I only had half a cup of tea, and she says, come on, we've got to get onto aeroplane to get to England. I said, well, I don't want to go to that place, whatever it's called. And when I got to England, I saw my daddy. I was glad to see my daddy because I'd been away for 4 or 5 years, but I wasn't glad to come to the country.
What about Huddersfield? What did you think about it? What do you think about the buildings and the people?
Well, I felt they were quite strange, and what clothes they were wearing and what language they was speaking. I kept trying to understand what they were...
Could you understand the language?
No, not at all.